Shelby. It is Saturday, December 22nd, which means it's almost Christmas, which means I should probably talk about Christmas stuff, but guess what, I'm not.
Captain's Log Supplemental.
Today I'm going to start a new segment I'd like to call Alex Watches Movies from Her Childhood as a Grown-Up. This week I'll start with Pocahontas, as well as the sequel to Pocahontas, although I probably won't get to the sequel in this video because I have too much to say. Pocahontas is a pretty, well-known, popular Disney movie. It is part of the Disney Renaissance after the black hole of the 70s and 80s with not fantastic Disney movies. I'm going to completely disregard the historical inaccuracies in this movie and judge it solely on the movie itself and not on how well it portrays history, because as a history buff, I know exactly how historically inaccurate it is. I know that she's like 11 when she meets John Smith. I know John Smith actually is kind of like a short, red hair, ugly old man. And I know that she marries John Rolfe. Yes, I know that. And I'm ignoring that. Let's be honest, I don't watch Disney for historical accuracy because then I'd lose my mind. Don't even get me started on the period costumes because, no, don't get me started on that because I could rant for hours about the inaccuracies there. I haven't seen this movie since I was about 12, and here are my memories of it watching it as a 12-year-old. I remember it had great music, and then the ending made me cry, and then it was like a beautiful romantic thing, and Pocahontas and John Smith were the most perfect couple ever. My opinion as a grown-up watching this movie is surprisingly different. Some things that didn't bother me when I was younger bother me now, and some things are more cheesy than they were before. For example, the magical Pocahontas learns English thing totally didn't bother me as a child. Now I'm like, that was kind of like, the cheap cop-out. I mean, let's be honest here. Also, the relationship between Pocahontas and John Smith seems really rushed. I could have done with less obnoxious raccoon and hummingbird interactions and more of Pocahontas and John Smith developing their relationship. Why does John have to go back to England at the end of the movie? They do it so they can save him from the bullet wound, but his bullet wound is in his abdomen, and how is a 4-month-long journey back to England going to somehow be better than him just staying in North America? He's like pretty much dead either way. The music, a little more cheesy than I remember. Still like it though. One thing that surprised me while I was watching this was how bad all of these characters are. Like, I'd forgotten how awesome these people are. Like, John Smith, stud, muffin. How could I forget how epic you are, John? Like, honestly. Although, your line about, I'd rather die tomorrow than spend my whole life not knowing you, kinda gag-worthy. In order for how long? Actually, I don't know the answer to this question. But it only seems like you only see them together like 4 times. Pocahontas is different than I remember too. In my 12-year-old memory, she's really serious, while throughout the entire movie people are talking about how free-spirited she is. Basically Pocahontas is pretty rad. I mean, she has like gravity-defying boobs and hair that looks super sexy in the wind and like an impossibly long neck, and her grandma's a tree. I'm being sarcastic. But actually she is a nice, strong female lead, which I really like. Definitely more cheesy than I recall, but still a good movie. Next time, I will discuss the sequel and how much I do not like it. That's all for now, I guess. Wait, I don't know how to do videos. Ignore that. John Green, John Green, John Green, John Green.